Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 258 of On the Backs of Gods. I am your DM, Jillian. Today, we have our players the same as always. We have Kyle, Matt, Katie, Josh, and Greg. Let's get into a little recap, shall we? As I should also include why we no longer have any names associated with us at the bottom of the screen. Um, some of us are new. Uh, But here's a little recap to hopefully get us going to where we currently are. Um, our party originally on the continent Midgard was in the city of Skull City, a city made from a god's skull, and it's all in there. As explained, as stated, Skull City.
Exactly what it
Um,
says on the tin. Skull City. City in a skull. Full of
um,
Skittles.
Roshan had recently, with the help of his companions, acquired power so that he could uh, give that power over to his sister, though, so that she could complete a ritual that they were supposed to complete together. But Roshan has stood down and was going to hand over this strength to her. And then eventually stood down on that too, as it seemed that none of his companions supported the decision and Roshan was unable to follow through with that weighing on him. Um, the party came together so that they could go talk to Rose, Roshan's sister, and inform her of what's going on and be like I couldn't do it. You should know. Um, and she then started the process of attempting to take the magic. Um, and she apologized to Roshan, but not for what she was doing exactly. She apologized for the fact that she did not trust her gut. And this is why they are here doing this now. The rest of you were shunted backwards by some sort of, from your perspective, a red warbling magic wall. And while Rose began to systematically remove the pieces of magic from Roshan, all of you ran in to go save him. And you ran past red, yellow, orange as you moved past wall after wall. Two of you getting stuck at a wall that seemed to hold your bodies in place, while two of you seemed to no longer be responding. Roshan could no longer hear your footsteps. And then we lose another set of footsteps. And once the power is removed from Roshan and Rose flees with the keeper in tow, the arbiter of Roshan's magic. Um, Roshan watches as Keld is turned to stone by one of the layers of the wall. And he runs to go get help. But we're not talking about that right now. That is worlds away. Fenn, you feel the magic of this wall, and your step forward is into nothing. You fall forward. It is whirling colors and snippets of sound and flashes of lights and images of places you have never seen, voices you've never heard, languages that you can't comprehend, just whizzing around you at a rapid pace as you sort of fall through it, sort of like Alice in the Looking Glass, just falling through a tornado of color and sound. Now, this might be a silly question, but I would love to know what was going through Fenn's mind as he ran in to try and get to Roshan, the things that happened there, and his feelings now as he falls through this strange abyss of stimulus.
I think Fenn, as he was running through, uh, probably felt a little bad at first that he didn't immediately run through and then lost that confidence part of the way through.
Mm.
Oh, maybe there was something I could have done from the other side. And, uh, but once he was pot committed, He was just focused on helping Roshan because he knew whatever was happening inside of this colorful yet opaque dome could not have been good. And then as the world falls from beneath his feet, I think he's just thinking about like being a cat and righting himself and like trying to land gracefully wherever this ends
Mm-hmm.
up. He's fucked with magic before. He knows that this could, you know, that strange things happen, but it could also be in his head. So he's just trying not to splat. He's fallen from very great heights as well. He's not going to use the immovable rod to catch himself this time because it
Yeah.
hurt.
Mm-hmm. uh, Fenn, you move from the space using your dexterity and training to try and keep yourself from like getting dizzy and disorientated. You're trying to like find where the ground would be. The ground has to come eventually. You hope the ground comes eventually and this is not your forever as you spin and move through space and begin to like right yourself so that you are no longer like ass over tea kettle. You are now sort of in a more free falling situation as you have righted yourself. You are staring into what you can only assume is the wildness of your own imagination or the tearing of fabrics from other realities. It is as if having thousands of movies on at the same time, just images, sound, color, and then you feel warmth. The colors go green. You smell petrichor. I need a dexterity saving throw. Oh, also, no, I'll take acrobatics. I want that one. That's the one I want.
29.
Okay. This nauseating whirling stops as you now fall through what feels like actual air instead of this strange, like undescribable place. Um, and you, being prepared, land sort of like hero style 3/4 landing. Um, and you feel soft ground beneath you. You stare up at canopies of giant trees, green and bountiful. The foliage is so thick that light barely makes it through, and there is dappled light painting your face. The trunks of the trees are encased in green vines, and the air is thick and muggy, moist and hot. You are surrounded by green, giant ferns, vibrant flowers, and sound rustling leaves, chirping birds and bugs. You are in a jungle of twisting green.
Roshan? Roshan? Nana? Can anyone hear me?
Your calls, as you kind of send them out, a bit hesitant, I'm sure. They are a bit muffled by the foliage, but you don't hear anything akin to a response.
Are there any sort of footprints around in the mud, or does it look like anybody might have passed through this way? Does it look like this is is there a trail to be seen, or this is just undergrowth?
Go ahead and roll me survival.
Is a nat one for a total of 24.
Okay. Is that one of your
That's
natural talent
yeah,
abilities?
yeah. It's reliable talent, yeah.
Thank God
um,
for that.
so, things are a bit confusing. Tension is high. You are possibly alone, but based on the sound, at least not alone from the sense of things native to the forest. When you look to the ground, there is no natural path that you see. There are roots jutting out of the ground. You can see around you different like stone structures. Um, they don't seem to have any rhyme or reason to them, these structures. They seem to be just placed about. Some of them are stairs, some of them are pillars. Um, you can see that there are markings on some of them, but you'd have to approach them. You look to the ground. The only footprints you're really seeing are those of like small, sort of like underbrush animals.
Uh, yeah, I think Fenn would kind of try to keep a low profile, but he wants to approach the things that look like man-made structures. And you said there's markings on them.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me stealth as you head, as you start to move through this jungle.
That's 7, but that will make it a 27.
Okay.
Reliable talent.
Fenn's like, I'm in a bad place, but I was also born for it, baby. um, Fenn moves silently. Even though you are not familiar with this terrain, it is not hard to stay quiet and stay hidden, as a lot of the ground is very soft. You are able to move from like these sort of these large roots that stick out and like move under them and around. Hiding is pretty plentiful here. Um, you approach one of these structures, you move down the stairs and see that they lead up to nothing and down to nothing. They just seem to be just embedded in the earth. And you get to one of the pillars that once again holds nothing, stands around nothing, but is marked with a jagged line inked in red.
Okay, so not a language that I can comprehend in any sort of way. Just
No, it just looks like a symbol.
okay. Of the sounds that I can hear of the animals and such, are there any that I can recognize, or are these all entirely foreign to me?
Um, you rolled pretty good on survival. It was a nat one, which I'll take into account, but also it was really, really good. So, um, you can recognize birds. You're like, okay, those are birds, but the exact sounds of their caws don't sound incredibly familiar to you.
Okay.
When it comes to bugs, you're like, that sounds like bugs. It's hard to kind of be like, I don't know if I know that bug or not.
Yeah.
Um, while you are like looking around and listening, you hear like the flutter of wings and see there are these colorful birds that like jump from their perches and fly through the under the canopy. Just these beautiful, resplendent colors as they fly past. Um, but it sounds identifiable and familiar, but you know it is something different.
So stairs lead up and down to nothing. Any other sort of structures, columns? Is there a foundation where something used to be? Do these look like ruins, or they just look like out of place, like a god just picked up building blocks and set them down and scattered them in the jungle somewhere?
It looks more like that.
Okay. Guess I'll. Can I hear running water or anything like that? Is there any evidence of a stream or a river?
Uh, roll me your perception check. Roll me these things you're really good at, please.
Hey, yeah, good thing for reliable talent. It's a 2, but it's a 24.
See, I think this all makes sense. As Fenn's like, I don't know what's going on, but I am just really good at these things.
I have no
I
idea where
am
I am, what I'm
very good at
doing,
this.
what's
ask,
going on, but I know what a tree looks like.
Mm,
ask me for deception, see what happens.
yeah. Looks the tree in the eyes. You don't know me. Um,
The tree's like, you're full of shit.
this tree's judging me specifically. Uh, You start listening for water and hear what sounds like the trickling of a stream, and you are able to approach, and you see what looks like a furry quadrupedal creature with a what looks like a duck bill um waddling over, and it just like slips under some of these roots, and you can hear it like hit water. It seems that some of these streams like run underneath and around.
Okay. Um, hmm. I was hoping to follow it downstream, but if it's running underneath trees and stuff, it might be kind of hard to follow a
Hmm.
river. All right. Um, Fenn is feeling pretty hurt right now, and
Mm.
he can sort of heal himself, but I think he's gonna pull Rufio out of the bag and hope for something good.
Mm.
I gotta pull up Rufio's sheet
No
here.
worries.
Gray bag of tricks. What does a 4 get me? It gets me a giant badger.
Ooh.
Cool. So Rufio's a giant badger. I don't know how useful that is in a jungle. It doesn't seem like it would be, but at least it's some
But
hit points if I get attacked.
yeah.
He's real good at getting through that underbrush. Boy, howdy. He's a tank.
Yeah, so Fenn will make his best effort to kind of follow this stream and uh, pick it up where it reemerges and hope this leads him to some sort of civilization. People tend to settle along waterways, and I think that's the
Hmm.
best he's got right now. He structures don't seem to make any sense. Didn't seem to find anything useful on them other than some markings he can't interpret. So he's gonna follow the stream and hope he finds a village or a cottage or something.
Yeah. Finn starts moving forwards. Go ahead and roll me survival again.
It's going to be the same 24 because I'm still below
Okay.
10.
Wow. Uh, Fenn out here doing his best, and his best is pretty good. Uh, Fenn moves through. I'm assuming you'd like to keep your stealth roll for your movement.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
If there's, yeah, I would assess whatever I found before I approached it. I'm not just going to be like, oh, stranger in the woods. Maybe you can help me. I can tell by
Hi.
your battle axe that you're probably friendly.
I can tell by your battle axe and the crazed look in your eyes that I think you and I are going to get along. Uh,
You
uh,
remind me so much of my friend Gorbjorn.
I know you. Do you want a kiss or like, what's up? Um, Fenn starts to slowly move forward in this foreign place. Um, and there is no shortage of things to see. You see a variety of small mammals. One of them, you watch as it skitters across a branch and leaps and spreads its arms, and there is like a connecting piece of flesh that it uses to glide through the forest and land on a far off branch. You see what looks like a giant tree iguana that scuttles out vibrant greens and purples, and it flicks its tongue, tasting the air, and then slowly moves around in the opposite direction away from you on the trunk of the tree. Um, at one point while you're stealthing, you can feel like the hairs move up on the back of your neck and you stop and sort of stick to the shadows as you can hear the rustling of branches approaching from behind, and you watch as a shadow moves overhead, a large shadow above the canopy, and the beat of some large bird's wings push the branches and they shake and move, but the creature does not seem to notice you or does not seem to care as it moves forward and away. When you've taken this moment to stop, though, you look back and it seems different. You take a moment and stand there, taking in your surroundings, and you realize there is subtle movement from the exposed roots. The earth is moving around you. The trees are shifting. The path you once walked is now different, but you can still push forward.
I guess I don't have a whole lot of options. I was thinking of climbing a
Hmm.
tree and seeing if I could get a view, but like if the trees are moving, that might not be a good idea.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna refocus my efforts on what I'm doing and attempt not to get stepped on by a tree.
Yeah. You're like, okay, I could climb the trees, but they move. I could look above the canopy, but the big thing is there. So I'll stay here. And Fen keeps moving. Um, Fen, what is your passive perception? Something
Passive
cool.
passive perception is 24.
Cool. Um, I would say oh, actually, give me a stealth check for Rufio real quick.
Do giant badgers get anything to that?
I wouldn't assume much,
No,
but
plus 0 to dex, so no, I'm
mm,
guessing nothing.
mm,
Rufio gets a 10.
okay. He's doing his best. That's pretty good for a big boy. Um, both of you are moving forward as quietly and stealthily as you can. And then you hear the sound of like a snap, a stick breaking, something crushing underfoot in the distance.
And he'll kind of crouch down, presses back to a tree, and try and observe whatever it might be, from a
Okay,
distance, see if it's moving towards or away.
sure. Uh, Give me another perception check.
It'd be a 24.
Okay. Wow. um, Something is moving quickly. It is the sound of pounding feet. Something is moving quickly. Multiple somethings are, it is running through the underbrush. Something is moving through the jungle. Um, so if you are facing like north, it is moving like east west. So it is going past you, like across from you. Um, you can hear that there is these many moving things. You can tell that some seem to be very heavy footed, some of them are not.
Might be time to climb that tree.
Mm, uh, Go ahead and give me acrobatics. Mostly because there's so many footholes and what have you in these trees that.
It's a 26.
Okay. Uh, you quickly, quietly move upwards. Rufio gets comfortable. He's like, I am good. Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah,
father.
he can burrow.
Yeah. He gets comfortable kind of like under the roots and is like, I'll sit here until commanded otherwise. Um, you can see you are actually able to move pretty easily while in the trees because they're all very connected. So you can sort of move from tree to tree. And you start slowly approaching, trying to get a good view on what you are looking at. And then past you, sort of in the distance, enough for you to be able to see it, you see four individuals running through the thick underbrush, pursued by dozens of something. Just couple dozen small somethings are pursuing this group. From where you're standing, it's like mostly shapes. You're like, I recognize humanoid shapes, and then some sort of animal adjacent thing behind.
I suppose I'll try to keep pace with them through the tree limbs if I can.
Sure.
Try and get a better view at them. Do they look like they're running in terror, or are they out doing like a fun run with their pet somethings?
You guys got somethings? Um, Go ahead and give me another perception and then an insight.
Perception is a 27. Insight
Okay.
is
I'll take advantage on the insight as well because
oh,
of that perception.
cool. Oh, that makes it better. It's 16.
Okay. Um, you are pretty quickly aware that this is not a fun run. These humanoid individuals are running for their lives. This is full speed, we will die if caught scenario, and you are moving through silently trying to keep up. Rufio sees you're moving and starts to like move along the underbrush to keep up, and you look at these dozen somethings, a couple dozen somethings, uh, bipedal creatures standing at about 4 feet tall, 3 to 4 feet tall, and about 9 feet long. The neck is strangely elongated like a snake, and the face is like a lizard, a mouth full of sharp teeth. The body is scaly like a reptile, but with hair like protrusions, filaments, proto feathers.
Got a pretty good idea of what I'm looking at. Meta.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fenn is going to attempt to help these fleeing humanoids. Do you want initiative to start picking these things off with bow and arrow?
One moment. I'll give you one more thing, and then I think we may enter initiative. What you're seeing as you, first off, you're trying to, getting a clear sight on this is a little difficult. As you move through the trees to pursue, um, something you catch on to also with your insight is that the group of small, scaled, and feathered creatures are herding them. You can see that some of them are branching off to the sides and herding them in, and you can see the large rocky outcropping that blocks their path, and they must cease their running. I'd love everybody to roll initiative. How nice. Okay, 20 to 25. Okay. 15 to 20.
18.
Okay. 10 to 15. Okay. You guys are killing it. And
This is a great start.
the rest of the numbers.
8.
6.
7.
9. Okay, so Katie, Greg, Mac, Josh, was that what it was? Or Josh Mac? What was
I didn't
our
hear
I
numbers?
was 6.
Josh.
I was 6. Josh was 7.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
6, 7?
Well,
Yeah,
that was
you-
really fun, guys. Thanks for being here. This has been a
And we've
delight.
ended the stream.
Okay. These four individuals now cornered with just a sea of these little creatures in front of them moving in. And by little, these are big creatures, to be fair. They're not that small. But with that, they get to go first. As you all hit the wall and have to turn and ready yourselves for battle, a handful of them are going to like charge in and try and get a hold of a couple of you. They have pack tactics, so they will be assisting each other. And Greg, they are going to go for you.
Oh no.
We're going to have 2 of them go for you. The first 2 attacks, you hold up your shield and you're able to like fend them off as 2 more run up from behind you.
Jeez.
Does a 19 hit?
Yeah.
Does a 16 hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man.
So as you're deflecting the attacks from two creatures, two come up behind you and start trying to bite into you.
Sneaky bastards.
Clever girl.
Go ahead and take 8 piercing damage from the first. And then 6 from the second. 2 more are going to attack, and they are going to go for... Sorry, bestie. They will continue their assault on you.
No rude.
No.
No, hey, come on. One of
I just
those
got
will
here.
hit. I just got here, and this is very rude of you. Go ahead and take 10 points of damage. Okay.
You hear upset hissing.
The next ones are going to go for you, Josh. So the next 2. What's your armor class?
I have a 19.
Okay. That'll be so 2 misses, and then a hit, and then a nat 20.
Sick.
Rude.
I will riposte one of those hits or one of those misses.
Okay.
That is just an attack. Oh gosh. Be helpful if I had a weapon out. Okay, there it is.
Make sure you all have your things equipped.
Yeah. It's a 22 to hit.
22 will certainly hit.
And minimum damage 5.
Perfect. How does the riposte look?
Take that.
How does one riposte?
I think this little guy is running full tilt through the forest and sees that they're cornered and turning around draws a pretty plain looking rapier from a holster at his hip and will turn around to face these beasts and with a pretty good fencing form will just stab one in the face.
It lets out like a squawk and like stumbles back, kind of moving back into the crowd and away from you. As another one slinks around with a companion and is going to flank Katie's character.
Aww.
Oh, hey. Don't worry, we'll describe these characters soon. We'll do that on their turns. But for now, I'm going to hit you. What's your armor class?
16.
Okay, so I'm going to hit you with a 17 and a nat 20.
All right. I'd like one of them to make a dexterity saving throw as my character will put a hand out on one of them. And there is a crack of thunder. It is in the bite.
Bad
Okay.
boy.
15 on the dex save.
Well, fine. They do all still hear the thunder, though.
Yeah, there is a loud thunder clap, and they do seem startled. The loud noise
half
does seem to
damage?
should be like startling, and that one yelps out in pain.
Half damage is 4. So.
Okay. Time for me to do stuff. Did I not give you your damage, sir, Joshua?
I don't remember. I just took some and made a different number.
Oh, well then, maybe it happened. Go ahead, Katie. You take 10 damage. And now for the crit.
Snake eyes.
Balance.
Here comes
Almost.
the crit.
And then take 15 damage.
Ugh.
As those ones attack you.
You folks are level 17 too, right?
That is their turn. Fenn, you are up. You watch as these creatures just like descend upon this group of people.
And
Oh.
Fenn
Fenn
can't
has
currently
been-
hear you.
He's been trapped in a silence bubble.
Oh, crazy. So it's like slow motion pulling out the arrow.
Is
and,
that
like,
Roshan?
Roshan,
Roshan, can you come
I'm
get me?
scared.
Roshan, please.
That's the
There's
car,
littler
please.
versions of those dinos that we saw in that weird
Please.
place, that other plane.
Everyone's
They're
doing
fast.
drugs and I want to go
Please.
home.
No drugs yet.
Guys, do you think he knows these are dinosaurs?
I mean,
There's no way.
I don't
At
know.
least
Maybe, probably
these.
not.
There's
Like,
no
whatever
way
he-
he knows.
Whatever he knew those T-Rexes to be, I figure he could maybe extrapolate they're a similar thing to those.
Maybe he thinks they're birds.
He's like, these
Maybe-
birds are crazy.
These are weird birds.
I'm so sorry.
No worries. Fenn, you are up.
Do any of them look to be bigger than the others? Is there like a boss?
No, they all seem to be
Okay.
relatively the same size.
All right. Well,
True pattern.
looked like Greg's character was having some problems, so I'll take my first shot at that one.
Okay.
For 31 to hit.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Most
well,
certainly.
yeah. All right.
And you can have sneak attack, which I'm sure you already rolled for.
I did. $40 points of damage with that shot.
All of you watch as an arrow sails in and hits into the side of this thing, and it lets out a terrible squawk of pain, bloodying it instantly.
Oh, only bloodied.
Yeah.
Okay. Take a second shot at that one then.
Mm-hmm.
These
And
are
that
durable.
is, I'll do a sharpshooter, just standing sharpshooter with my, yeah. So there was no sharpshooter on the last one, but this one will have it.
Okay.
So 23 to hit with that one.
That'll hit. I'll go ahead and let you guys know, so you can move with speed if you like. Their armor class is 13.
Okay. 18 points of damage.
Okay.
Is it still up?
It is still up.
All right. Third attack, sharpshooter. And hunter's mark. Bonus action hunter's mark.
Okay.
And that is, yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah. You guys can still tell me
30
the numbers, but you can just
Oh.
know that it hits.
Yeah, well, it was a 13 on the dice, and I had, well,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I add. And what was the
And,
damage on this last one?
31 points of damage in the last one.
What does it look like as you take down this first creature? What did they see?
I think it's just quick succession, thunk, 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 and then it like the neck cranes back and it lands in that that bird death pose with its tail and head like curling up in like a broken circle towards itself. And then Fenn will stay up in the branches, and he doesn't have a bonus action to attempt to hide, but he's just going to stay out of reach of these things if he can, because he doesn't have very many hit points. He's not taking crits off of pack tactic things.
Okay. Haiti, you are up.
I
Oh,
imagine
just
Rufio. I imagine Rufio is waddling along trying to catch up. Like
yeah. Rufio's
he's
like,
a badger, but
oh,
he'll get there.
ye. Okay. Um, Katie, you are up. Could you please describe your character for us and tell us a little bit about them?
Sure. So, in front of you is a halfling man, about 3-ish feet tall, short black mohawk, uh, black vest, distressed, open at the chest with little chains along all of the rips, just hanging a kind of a linen black wrap around his legs, and wielding this giant hammer at his side that has these black and silver chains dangling down from it. He wears around his neck a pendant with a maze and a red jagged line going down it. And across his bare chest, you can see red painted stripes. Yeah.
Could you give us your character's name, just for
His
the
name
people?
is Petricor, Petrie for his fans.
Mm. Okay. What do you do, Petri?
So, question: how many
Yeah.
of these things are in front of us?
Oh,
A lot.
oh,
Oh,
so
so
many.
many. Okay,
There's
great,
at least like 20 in this space.
wonderful. We'll go big.
Mm.
See one of them dead is like, okay, we're probably gonna die if I don't put in a good amount of effort, and we'll
Maximum effort.
take out the hammer. We're gonna cast Destructive Wave and use one of our things. What are they called? Channel divinities to
Mm.
make it max damage, as long
Okay.
as they do good. So I need every one of these creatures in a 30-foot sphere to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. So are you just like, this is the biggest concentration of them, I will put it there?
Correct. And we'll slam the hammer into the ground, sending out this wave of thunder.
Okay, well, I don't want to roll 15 d20s, even though I'd love to. So I'm just going to roll one, and that will be what all of them get.
Okay.
And did you say a dex save?
Constitution.
That's worse. Okay. I'm going to roll 2 dice. That seems fair. We'll do a 50-50 split. Okay. So half will succeed, half will fail.
Okay, the ones that fail, let's see. So it's 30 thunder damage. So 15 for the ones that succeed.
Okay.
And also 10. 20 radiant damage for the ones that failed. And 10 for the ones who succeeded. And the ones that failed are all knocked prone.
Okay. What does this sound and look like?
It sounds like a storm has begun. It echoes throughout the space as this hammer slams into the ground. You hear it kind of starts from the chains as they clash into each other and blast forward into this group of creatures.
Okay. You watch as they are sort of scattered, kind of like bowling pins. None of them are felled, but like half of them fall over, and the others, like, there's just like screeching and squawking as this attack hits them. Anything else, Petrie?
And we'll take a step back.
Okay. There are 2 on you currently. Like, they couldn't be included in that if you wanted to hit the biggest group.
Looks like they want to take a step back.
It's about taking a step back. Okay. Greg, would you please introduce us to your character?
Yeah. you see amongst this group Saber. She's a very small, well, I guess smaller than your average tabaxi. But her fur is kind of like a light tan with darker tan and brown accents. She's got her head on a swivel, warm brown eyes, trying to keep track of all these, I guess, dinosaurs, we'll call them.
Mm, that is a word
she's-
you could use to describe them, yes.
I think so. She's clad in just like simple green linens, something that might be acceptable for going into the city. Um, doesn't really have many accessories or anything. She is wearing kind of a worn metal bangle around her throat. She's got a sickle on her belt, well, now in her hand. And on the other side of her belt, she's wearing a sort of like a charm. It looks like a collection of bright feathers and bones twined together. And she is ready to cause some damage.
By all means. And now that we've had a couple characters go, I do want to just give information that the characters might have. Depending on, I think, your knowledge and your relationship with dinosaurs, you are either dealing, you believe you are dealing with um, a Coelophysis, also known as Hollow Horde. So you can decide which name you know them by. I'm maybe assuming that that Hollow Horde might win out against Coelophysis, but that is up to you. Saber, what would you like to do?
I think she would like to it's 10-foot range. She's going to cause an earth tremor.
Okay.
So she sort of gets low and puts her paws to the ground, and then you feel the earth start to shake. Each creature within, I guess, 10 feet of me make a dex saving throw.
Okay.
DC 16.
Okay. I would say most of them failed.
Nice.
Of the 6 that are upon you.
Okay. So 6 of them, most of them failed. Let's roll in some damage. Ooh, okay. So they'll take whoever failed takes 15 bludgeoning damage. And this 10-foot area will be difficult terrain.
Okay. And how does that difficult terrain look?
I think probably like you said we were near like a stone wall.
Yeah, you're near a rocky outcropping TM.
Okay. Rocky outcropping. So I think there's probably some rocks that have come loose and gotten in the way. There's probably roots that have been uprooted a little bit. It's a mess.
Okay. Okay. Anything else?
No.
All right, you watch as these creatures get like jostled about and like the cracking of the earth and the like these rocks protrude and hit into them. A good handful of them are looking pretty hurt.
Good.
Joshua, would you please introduce us to your character?
Yeah, the first thing you notice about Nick, other than that he's short, he's a halfling, is that he's real excited to be here, like hooting and hollering and squealing and stabbing and smiling. He's got a shiner that looks like it's about a week old. And then he's got long, like a braid of long brown hair that goes almost to his butt, and it's filled with the feathers of all of the pretty animals here. Finds a new feather, he puts it in his hair. It would go down to his butt, but on his back he's carrying a big backpack that is it. It looks like a big square, and it, unlike the rest of the things he's wearing, it looks to be handmade, whereas the rest of everything he's wearing looks to be like mass produced. And he has a simple rapier and some hand axes, and his adventurers get everything in it. All of his weapons and armor are marked with a single small star. And yeah, I think he's just real excited to be here. Running for his life is one of life's small joys, and he'll say, "Yeah, take that," and just just start stabbing at some dinosaurs around him. Um, I don't. I think he's just kind of stabbing willy nilly since
Yeah.
they're all a little bit damaged. So, both 2 hits,
Mhm.
a 13 and a 19. First one takes 8 damage, and the second one takes 9 damage. And he's he's spraying and praying. He's not going after one guy trying to kill him. He's trying to push him back and make noise and hoot and holler and get him to leave him alone that way.
Yeah. And you are stabbing and like trying to keep them at bay, really, as you like
Yeah.
stab into them, and they seem to not want to be stabbed, so they kind of like take a step back and are trying to like kind of find new angles. And you watch as some of them just like switch out with each other, or like some will like sink back into their group, and like braver ones will step forward. Anything else, Nick?
I think Nick sees the one that falls over in a death pose, and like with a big gasp says, "Poachers."
Okay, Mac, tell us about your character.
Be glad to. So, in this group, Fenn can see, standing with purpose, Spitz Fury is an implacable-looking lizard folk with dappled red, brown, and tan scales running down from his head to his tail, a bright blue belly that follows his jawline up to his mouth. He wears his colors proudly, with no shirt to mask his scales. His legs are clad in a practical linen, sort of like free-flowing kind of pant with a portion that runs from the front to the back, allowing his tail to swing freely behind him. His feet and palms are wrapped with brace bands to help improve his claw's grip. Adorning his brow line, he wears 3 gold rings atop each eye. Around his neck, he wears a simple gold chain crest bearing a familiar red jagged symbol carved from red agate at its center. He's also got something attached on one wrist, and one of his 2 hand wraps looks like it's got maybe some scribbles on it, but I doubt Fenn can make any of that out at a distance. Spitz Fury kind of like bears these sharp pointed teeth. He is this 6'1", towering, relatively, creature in this party. How tall again are the hollow horde?
Hollow Horde, they are about they are 3 to 4 feet tall and 9 feet long.
Yeah, okay. All right. Length is all in the neck and in the tail, I have to
In the
assume,
tail,
but yeah. Makes sense. So I think as Spit's fury levels jade green eyes on all of these creatures. I think he kind of like curls a lip in disdain. Did not want to have to do this. But takes hold of the crest at the center of his chest and extends a clawed hand. And out from the center of his palm comes this straight line of just caustic acid in a 30-foot line straight in front of him, 5 feet wide. He is going for a clean line straight through as many of these critters as he can hit in
Okay.
one go.
And what do I need to do, or what do you need to do?
It's got to be a dexterity saving throw from you. I'm also going to be spending 3 sorcery points to make one of those guys have disadvantage on that first save.
Okay, so half of them will have disadvantage on the save. And what is the DC?
The DC is 16.
And what was I rolling for again? Was it
Sorry,
Constitution?
dexterity.
Okay.
I know you are better at those.
They all succeed,
All of them succeed.
as I will not be rolling 24 d20s.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so I guess if they succeed, nothing happens.
Oh, but it is a display as a caustic line of energy surges through and they all scatter. It breaks formation for them.
Okay, fair
they are
enough.
not
All right.
injured, but they do have to sort of break their like circle that they had been making.
Okay, fair enough. At the very least, disrupting their pack, breaking them up down the center, is crowd control in this case, and Spitz can take that. I think he will then sort of step to the front ahead of the others who already took some damage. Stay behind me. And will hold before this horde.
Okay. So I personally think all of you have put on quite the display. I would love a group intimidation check.
Hell yes, I have proficiency in that.
I have a -1 to that. Okay.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
I got a natural 1 + 1.
Okay.
Got a
I
15.
got a 19 - 1.
Okay.
16.
And as all of you wield weapon and magic and hoot and holler and arrows, you can hear like begin to rain from above once again, and the sound of something making its way through the forest, ready to tussle. You watch as these creatures like chitter and like look at each other, and then like look at their fallen compatriot and like look at their injured compatriots and like chitter amongst themselves as they kind of try to get back into formation. And one of them breaks off, and then they all scatter. Sort of like you turn on the lights in the kitchen and cockroaches just scatter. It's like that. Like they all just woof and just like full speed, all of them run off into the forest. The four of you standing there, now safe, at least for this moment. And you can see the man standing up on the branch of a tall tree, and that's where we're going to take our break. Uh, Thank you guys for being here. How about you go get a snack and a drink, and we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Thank you, 10.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 258 of On the Backs of Gods. Currently, Fenn, our only bog character, our only Backs of Gods character, is currently on a different plane, no longer with his original companions. He is alone in a jungle full of dinosaurs and has stumbled into a group of humanoids. So currently you've scared away the hollow horde, the Coelophysis, and you all look up and there is a man with bow and arrow up on the branches, and you hear tomp, tomp, tomp as something is just like bulldozing through the forest. And then you see a giant badger enter into the space. The
Do
floor is
we-
y'all's.
Do we, as characters, know what a giant badger is? Are we familiar with the concept of a giant badger? Or even just a regular badger?
That's a big mammal.
It's large and furry. Yeah, okay.
Big mammal.
Big mammal.
So Fenn will do a cool and graceful flip out of the tree
Mhm.
and
How
land.
cool, how graceful.
Yeah, land very, very impressively.
Yes.
And kind of like put his hand on Rufio to like get him to stop, and he'll just like hold up his bow. Do you speak common?
Surprising that you do, but yes.
Oh, thank goodness. You seen somebody called Roshan?
No.
All right. Well, I'm Fenn. I'm not from round here.
That seems very obvious.
And why are you here?
Where are you going?
Hopefully home soon. Why I'm here? Long story that I don't think you'd believe if I told you. Not even sure how. Has something to do with a witch.
It is usually a witch, yes.
Do you mind if I approach so we don't have to shout?
Keep your bow holstered, but I believe we can discuss.
Fenn will put his bow on his shoulder. He'll walk up and he'll pull his
He
3
actually
arrows
did
out
it.
of the Coelophysis and put them back in his quiver.
Deadass spits whispers to the rest of the people in the party. He actually did it. All right.
He can
Was
follow
fully
instructions.
expecting something else, but like,
This is
okay.
going really well, guys.
Hey, all right.
Sometimes people are really chill. Gotta calm down, Spitz.
Not
Fenn looks really rough too. Like he's
Spitz.
beat to shit. Like he
Mm.
is bloodied and all right, so I don't know where I am.
The Tangle.
The Tangle. Okay. Do you know where that is in relation to Midgard?
It's right here.
Midgard. What is a Midgard?
Midgard. It's a few islands, a continent. This city under the skull.
The
Jarlsberg,
continent that we are on is Greater Gronis.
Greater Gronus. Okay.
Yes.
I
The
imagine
country is
that's...
Moravor.
All right. Well, then I'm very far from home because I've never even heard of these places. I imagine you're south. It's pretty warm here.
I suppose.
It's kind of cold today, but
Honestly, I was going to say the same.
Anyhow, you haven't seen anyone named Roshan. What about Nana, Onyx, or Keld? Anyone by those names? Anyone that...
I don't
Oh.
know these names.
No,
All right.
never.
Well, that's fine.
these are companions.
Do you know Florian?
Florian, no. I've not met anyone since I've been here. You're the first people that I've seen, first people I spoke to. I haven't been here long, maybe a couple
So you
hours.
haven't come across Peragio?
Oh no, I fell from the sky. I imagine it was a sky. It didn't really look like the sky. Looked like, you know what a rainbow is?
Yes.
Of course.
Like the inside of a rainbow
Have
if
you
you were
eaten
spinning
any
very
of the
fast.
fauna here?
I, you know what? I might have accidentally swallowed a bug or something, causing me to see all of this, and you included. Maybe you're just in my mind.
Well, it would be a rather complex hallucination for you to conjure some other continent to be from, and several friends, I assume, to whom you make reference.
Yeah, I haven't many friends, but they're good ones.
Then it would hold you are probably not hallucinating. You are probably right where we say you are, and you are very far from home.
And these beasts, and he'll poke the dead one with an arrow.
Have
Lizards.
respect for the children of Tangelus.
Peter's gonna put a hand on Spit's shoulder. Calm down. It's okay.
They were
Yes.
going to
Yes,
eat you.
I will.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kill them if I wasn't meant to. I honestly, in all earnestness, thought they were going to eat you.
He's just upset by the poking.
They are the children of my god. And so, I do not care to see their remains desecrated.
I meant no desecration. I just meant to gesture.
Please.
There might be things I do that are perceived as rude. Happens to me even at home. I don't mean to.
Can
He'll fit
Spitz
right
judge
in.
if that seems to be like at least a truthful statement? Like, does he believe it at least?
You can roll insight.
Not bad at that. Not like Nana, but not bad at that. What do we got? Okay. 22.
I mean, you don't know this person, so you don't know their tells.
Sure.
But I mean, nothing's standing out to you in any particular way. And possibly a weird thing to lie about.
Also true.
Could be a good cover, but also maybe a weird thing to lie about if this person was lying about it.
Yeah, and in fairness, he's claimed a lot of bonkers shit already, and if
Yeah.
we're going to take that as baseline, then
Well, anyhow, I didn't mean any disrespect by it. Is there a suitable way to burn them, so they don't come back?
is that a common thing here, Jillian? What are you talking about?
Well,
They
This
won't
one's
where
all
I,
the way
do that.
dead.
Yes.
where I come from, there's food, and you prepare it quickly and properly, and then there are things that need to be killed or things that have died accidentally, and if you don't tend to them with fire, they rise back up in a sort of corrupted sort of form. They're worse than before. They're not holy, not the children of your god. They're the
Sounds like your land has an illness then.
my friends and I have been trying to cure this illness, and I'm not sure if we've done that or made it worse, honestly. But that's again a tale for another time. I said my name is Fenn. Who are each of you?
I'm Nick.
Nick, oh.
And I don't know where you're from, but I think you should come with us.
I have literally nowhere else to go in the meantime, so I'm
And
happy
you
to.
would very literally be eaten alive by this forest if you were alone.
It's possible.
Either by the animals or the plants.
All right. I have no choice but to believe you. Not going to doubt you even a bit. Nick, your name sounds like my friend's name. My friend's name is Nix. She's a nice person.
Where's she at?
I don't know. I was hoping you could tell me. Last I saw her, she was in the city of the skull, and she may still well be there. But
Gracious.
yes,
The things out of your mouth, man, are crazy. You sound
city, I
kind
mean,
of crazy.
it's okay. The skull
Can't
of
say that about people, Nick.
Oh,
the skull of Tyr.
Oh, big
You know who
must
Tyr
skull
is, right?
Tear.
like crying.
Like, we have a lot of rain here.
Tear, like rip and tear.
Tyr, the god of justice.
No.
No, slain in the fall.
Fall.
The
As
fall.
in
With
When you
most of them.
fell,
No,
Autumn.
not like I thought. They fell harder. It was worse. It was a long
Just
time ago.
last fall, last autumn.
No, not autumn. Might be a language barrier here after all.
This place is a gift from Tangelus. I don't know this tier.
So
Indeed,
Nick
there is
and
Tangelus, and there is...
and you, furry one. You look like a. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude. We have cats where I come from, and they look sort of like you, but they're not. They don't have language, and they walk on all fours.
See,
What was your
pieces of
name?
that. My name is Sabretooth. You can call me Saber.
Saber. Well, lovely to meet you. He'll give a polite bow.
Still curious to meet you.
Well, I'm curious to meet all of you, but again, I've only been here a short time, and you're the only ones I've met, and you seem fine. Where were you heading? You're kind of out here. Is there a town or village nearby?
No town.
hard to tell, honestly.
We're far from town now.
We are seeking a ruined temple, one where we are hoping to resolve a few problems.
We're on our way to Ramikora.
Well, the way I came,
Ramira's heart.
maybe a few hours back, the way I came, there were stairs. Looked like they'd been made by people. They actually had that right there, and he'll point at Spitz Fury's amulet. That marking there, in red.
Angelus's symbol.
That was drawn on the stairs. It was back that way a bit.
Do these stairs sound familiar?
You all, these trigger nothing in any of you really. And Fenn, as you're talking about it, you're sort of taking in your surroundings and can see like another piece of like looking man-made rock that's just willy-nilly placed there. And you're like, yeah, I don't know if these stairs mean much. And they're kind of looking at you like, yeah, there's sometimes you run into stairs, man.
Stairs in the wood. I think I read about that on Reddit actually.
Have we seen any of these like ruined stairs though with significant markings? Anything like Tangelus's symbol?
This shit's everywhere.
That is everywhere. That specifically. Okay, cool. All right. That being, I assume, because this being the Tangle, Tangelus's blessed place.
Well, I don't come to you in my strongest form, but I am capable. I hope you can see that from from this.
You were certainly able to assist us in turning away the pack, and it is good that we were able only to need fell one and injure a few. I do
Much
not
better
like
aim
to
than Spitz
quarrel.
here.
Excuse you, Leaper.
And
Yeah,
what
it
is
was like you came in like whoosh, 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 and then you jumped and it was like woo, and you landed, and now we're friends.
and glad to be your friend. Does Spitz have an obvious gender?
Spitz, I think, is as masculine as Fenn can approximate a lizard to look.
Okay.
I mean, he looks
No
very
big
much like a
naturals.
lizard. He's a very big lizard. He's got like a great big blue belly that like clips up with his mouth along his snout. He's not very much adorned. He's got those like rings along his brow and not very much adornment besides.
Yeah, he'll just Fenn will just in Spitz's defense to Nick's quip there. He did fine. He split the pack of them with what I presume is magic.
It is. I appreciate the defense, but I need no one to defend my name. The name of Fury defends itself. Spitz Fury is the name. Fenn.
It's fine to meet you, Spitz. I wish it were under better circumstances.
Still. Hopefully
these-
we may find some means to assist you once we have completed our business.
Well, this is Rufio. He doesn't always look like this.
What
He's
is he?
as best I can approximate. He's an interdimensional spirit who takes the form of an animal when I need him to, when I pull him out of this bag here. And sometimes he's this, sometimes he's more like her, other times considerably smaller. I
Well,
really have
as
no
long
any.
as he is a friend, he can look however he wants.
That
he's-
is so, I suppose.
and this is Jenny.
Like that. Oh. Ah. A small child of Tangle's.
A
Curious.
small snack.
No, I have to insist on that. She's a friend, not a snack. But speaking of children of Tanglus and snacks, are these edible?
Hmm?
He'll point at the fallen Silophysis.
I don't want to speak for every belief group present. I do believe that Spitz Fury's specific community is of a pragmatic mind of like, if it is dead already, it is meat, and it should not be wasted.
I don't know if it's safe to linger here, but I'm very tired, and
I'll take
As you
survival from everybody besides Fenn. Fenn, you can keep talking, but I want survival from the rest.
Yeah, let's see if we're in the clear yet, because we're still in the place where those guys were.
I just, yeah, as you can tell, I'm wounded from the event that brought me here, and if we could rest even a bit, it would be helpful. But if it's not safe to be here, then we can trek on.
Got a dirty 20.
22.
16.
Another dirty 20.
Woohoo!
All of you are like, actually, we have lingered here too long, to be fair.
Yeah.
Blood in the air.
Yeah.
This is going to attract something,
Yeah.
and it might just be that same horde again.
Yeah.
But this will attract something. It is not safe to rest here.
At this point, I cannot advise it. If we have not already processed the meat, something will have smelt it and will be coming.
So we have to leave it here, then?
Indeed. it will be reclaimed by Tangelus and his children.
And we needn't burn it.
No, that
All right.
would be a waste.
All right. I've no choice but to trust you. This temple you seek, do you have any heading, any idea where it is, how far off it is?
Do we?
Nick will very confidently point in a direction. It's this way.
Do we believe him?
Saber's gonna check that.
Saber, you couldn't point in a direction and be positive.
Damn.
So how can he?
Yeah.
It's the way
Motherfucker.
forward, so he's not wrong.
Yeah,
Mm.
basically.
True. I
We've been
suppose
standing here.
anyway, better than staying here.
We've been here too long. We should go.
Indeed.
I followed a stream to get here, which means I was going downhill. Do you know if the temple is uphill or downhill?
Well, there is a word.
Hmm.
There is a landmark that we should look for, and that is the watering hole.
Watering hole. All right.
That's what it
Should
would look
be
like.
fed by at least one stream.
Well, if it's a spring, then it would generate streams. If it's a lake or pond, then the streams would feed to it. Do we know anything more about it?
Spitz, do you know the Dampen Valley?
Does Spitz know much about it?
Saber, you're the only one who knows
Yeah.
any of this, baby.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, my community in the Roots do not often venture deep into Tangelus's realm. It is
Of course.
a
Well,
risk.
you said
We are
valley,
not
so
as favored as you.
a valley would be down then. So we continue following the stream. This would be my guess. If it's in a valley. But
So,
See,
again, I don't know your land.
I told you this guy was a friend. He knows better where we're going than we do. And Nick will
please don't
keep
help.
walking in this direction.
I'm gonna follow Nick.
Is this the direction of the stream?
Well, it kind of, the land moved a bit and the trees seemed to go over the stream, but I was able to follow it by sound and smell.
yeah, that's the thing, Saber. Like, you're like, I understand all of this. Everything you're saying makes
Mhm.
sense, but not here, bestie. Like, you're like, yeah, it might be down, might be up, might follow the stream. That stream might be gone. Like, you just have to go based on like
Oh.
feeling is basically what you're doing,
Mm.
Saber.
Hmm.
Oh.
I think she'll voice that. This place is ever changing, so
That is part of the reason why the Roots do stay to the Roots.
Nick and Petrichor are like already disappearing beyond the trees.
We should not let them get ahead. They will
Oh,
run
no,
into
I
trouble.
like that one's confidence. He seems to know a thing or two.
Well, he believes so.
Okay.
guess
You
that'll
all,
do.
yeah, you all move to catch up. Saber, I can only assume you move to the front.
Mm.
And all of you push forward. It is green light diffused by the leaves above, staining the sun green. There is moss that clings to trees and rocks and hanging branches. There is a wide array of plant life in a variety of colors, from greens to oranges to purples. There is trickling streams and dripping waterfalls, buzzing giant insects, and coos and caws of strange birds. You see on the ground a lone, large yellow feather tipped in blue that rests on the ground that I only can assume Nick scoops up immediately and puts to adorn upon their person. You see little dinosaurs similar to the ones you saw before, but a fraction of the size. They're like the length of a forearm. And you see like one of them like peeks over like a fallen log and goes like, ugh, and like skitters off when it watches a bunch of big guys stomp by. skitters away. You see on a tree as you are marching a large alabaster boa that moves across the branches. It has pale eyes that lock on all of you as you walk past, but it does not engage. Um, the smells of warm, damp earth and flowers and the subtle scent of decaying vegetation. And then it gets a little quiet. And you see in the ground a large three-toed footprint in the soil. Skill challenge time, baby.
Oh boy!
The goal is to navigate safely through the tangle. You know that there is at least one large predator about. So I'm going to need 5 successes before 3 failures. I'm going to tell you now the DCs start at 20. They may go up based on what you are doing. They may go down based on things you do to buff yourself. You may pick the skill that you would like to use and tell me how you are using it. If somebody wishes to use the same skill, the DC will increase. So whoever would like to go first, you know that something is nearby and dangerous and that the tangle is difficult to navigate. Yes, Saber.
Can she, I guess, begin by casting Pass Without Trace?
Sure, we will say Pass Without Trace is in play.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, for funsies, just because you've done that, give me stealth checks across the board. This will not impact your skill challenge, but it will now change if somebody wants to do stealth again, as the DC will increase. But
I think she'll look back to everyone and just sign to be quiet.
And one for Rufio, please.
Okay.
And just a reminder, it's plus 10 from
Yes.
Pass Without Trace.
Well, Rufio got a 24, thanks to
I also got a
Trace.
24. Hey. Add your bestie.
18.
Mm-hmm.
This is the quietest Petrie's ever been. We have 26.
Wow.
Hot damn.
27.
We knew he
Hell
could do it.
yeah.
Fenn got a 37.
Jesus.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The new
Fenn's
guy's
Saber has
gone.
to like look
Forest.
around to find him again.
We lost the new guy already.
He's gone.
What was his name?
He'll take the feather
Fenn.
that Nick just
Fenn?
picked up and put it in his hair. All right, you can see me because of the feather. You'll know where I am, but you'll have to look for the feather because he won't know otherwise.
Okay. Who's going first? 5 successes before 3 failures.
I've actually seen footprints similar to that, maybe even a bit bigger. And I think I know a thing or two about how to avoid them, at least if it's anything like the ones that I've seen. And Fenn would like to roll nature to use his theropod knowledge from the T-Rexes that we've encountered before to
Sure.
try to help the crew.
Okay.
And that is a 30.
All right. Your knowledge, you're like, yeah, I saw 2 of them before. It seems that they nest and are very territorial. If these are the same thing, and fingies crossed or not crossed, unclear what we want here, but this is my best guess from what I'm looking at. So you provide your insight on the situation, and that is 1 success.
I think Saber is going to use survival skills to help everyone avoid any natural like hazards. She like
Sure.
comes across, something jutting out or what have you.
Yeah. DC 20.
Come on, dice. Yay, dirty 20.
Okay. You are able to help make the crew move smoothly and navigate them. At first, it is difficult. You are not really. You are used to working with groups. You are not used to working with this
But
group.
not these bozos.
Yeah, you're getting used to working with most of this group, and now there's a new person, and so you're like, okay, hopefully everybody kind of falls in line and listens, and so it seems that you all are working together well enough. So that is 2 successes. We need 3 more before 3 failures.
I'm gonna look for some signs from Tangelus
Mm-hmm.
to try to help lead the way.
Okay,
With
is
my
that religion?
It is.
Sure, DC
Yeah,
20.
I'm gonna pray.
I'm gonna
I'm
hope God
looking-
helps.
My God, who barely ever talks to me, I would love him to help me out today.
Yeah, please and thank you.
Please, God, I'm walking in your backyard. Will you please let me go through without dying?
That's a dirty 20.
Please,
Okay.
I hope that's good enough.
By the skin of our teeth.
Listen, with this +3, it's
I hear
very
that.
unlikely.
All right. 2 successes before 3 failures.
I have an idea. So I think that Spitz is on the lookout for this predator actively. And if he so much as hears a significant rustle in the underbrush, anything that he thinks may indicate this thing stalking close enough, he is going to actually cast Dragon's Breath on himself and spew acid in that direction from his mouth, making an intimidating display to try and chase it off, tell it not to mess with us.
Okie dokie. I'll bump it down by 119.
Ooh, thanks.
For I'm assuming
Neat.
an intimidation check.
Yes, please.
Your breath is vile.
It is designed as such. Oh, hell yeah, okay. 27.
Okay. You've definitely scared off. You don't think you've encountered a big thing, but like you don't want anything privy to your location is the thing.
No.
You don't want anything making noises or running away from you. So you are able to kind of keep things at bay from
Yes.
approaching and perhaps making noises or otherwise.
Exactly. I am avoiding and being proactive about confrontations here.
Okay. 1 success before 3 failures.
I think Nick, a fighter, does not have a wide breadth of skills to employ, but is quite good at climbing. And perhaps at one point along this journey, we come to a cliffside, and we can. It's probably not climbable by everyone. And so Nick volunteers to climb it and then tell the team which direction is a faster way to get around this obstacle and would like to roll athletics to climb.
Sure. DC 20.
That means I need to roll a 10. And I got a 17. So 27.
Okay. You are able to climb up and get a better view on your surroundings and push the group forward. You all move stealthily through the tangle. And that is, yeah.
I just, Nick is spec'd to be a squirrely climber little guy, so he looks like a salamander and just he doesn't even slow down to go up this wall. He can climb at full speed and just kind of and
I imagine
Yep.
Fenn just walks vertically up the wall next to him, just like, where you going, buddy?
I was gonna say Saber probably follows them up just to also get a view.
All of them peeking and Nick, you pull yourself up like a little higher and you're like that way. And then both of you nod and then like go back down. They're like, you're right, Nick. That is the right way to go.
was
Nick's like,
always
well,
showing
shit,
off.
everybody's good at climbing, I guess.
I thought I was good at a thing. No, I think Nick is pleasantly
Uh-huh.
surprised to see
You
others.
climb like a root dweller.
I'm not even from here. Oh, I'm not even from here.
And that's when you hear the rumble. Something large walking in your direction as all of you quickly scramble and hide. And you see a large bipedal creature. Fenn, it is very similar to the thing you saw in Soppelheim, but its skin is more of a like a tannish green with like brown stripes upon its back and just this large teeth and itty bitty arms as it stomps through, followed by another one as two of them walk through the space. You all recognize either a Gigantosaurus or a kingtooth, however you think you would know it. But these, yes. I can hear when somebody unmutes, and I was just like, yes.
Oh, I think Fenn just puts the feather gently back on Nick. You can have this back now.
This is for you.
Nick, I think in this tense moment, reaches behind him and pats the square box on his back and says, "That wasn't your parents, was it? Dang."
And you watch as they stomp by and then keep moving. And you guys give it some time. And eventually, you are pretty sure you are outside of proximity. And you have passed your skill challenge.
Woo. Okay. No king tooth business now.
King
Just
tooth.
as well.
Is that what they're called?
Yes.
They're
Nasty business.
maybe even a bit bigger than, maybe longer than the ones that I'd seen. Less colorful, though.
Hmm.
This is going to sound insane. But maybe we should follow their tracks? Large animals need water to drink. We're heading for a spring of some sort.
It is a watering hole. In fairness.
Is that giving Saber a positive vibe?
Does that feel like the vibe?
Hey, man, whatever you think, Saber. Up to
I
you.
mean, I could be entirely off base. I really don't know how the fauna of your
We can't
place
know
works.
if that's where it's heading. I'd rather not.
All right, fair enough. I'll help where I can, but I'm just along for the ride. You're the experts.
Okay.
So follow us.
Ben's gonna dig in his satchel and like hand out like Keld cookies. I don't think there are any like special ones that he's ever made, but he's like, these are gonna be the first to go bad, and they're gonna taste the best. What I have to share afterwards isn't gonna compare to this, but enjoy.
Thank you.
Snacks.
You know, it is just as well that we replenish ourselves as well as we can when we can.
All right. Who is leading our entourage?
Spitz actually looks to Petrie.
Little gesture for you to keep walking. Got an eye on the basket.
Saber will continue to lead. We're going in the direction Nick suggested.
Okay.
Basket. What basket are we talking about?
On his back.
Points
Oh,
at the
okay.
basket on the back of Nick.
What's in the box?
A baby.
Oh, a baby.
New claw.
An egg.
A child of Tangelus, not yet born.
All right. Um, is that safe to have?
It was taken unrightfully, and we are returning it.
But you don't know where you're returning it to.
We
We
were
do.
not the ones who took it.
All right. Again, just along for the hike through the jungle.
Yeah. Saber, you're very confident about where this egg goes.
Yeah. We know where we're taking it. Ramikora, the temple ruins.
Yes, you said that.
I've
Is there
never
anything
been
I
there either.
Is there anything I should be on the lookout for? Symbols or
Yes,
waypoints?
actually. There's been intruders, poachers. We need to keep an eye out for them.
All right.
I don't want them to get their hands on this.
And the poachers, they're men, the people.
Humanoids.
They appear that way.
All right. They have a certain look about them. Are they dressed in a way? Are they armed in a way?
Tans, greens. They walk with confidence, though they are not of here.
Some have bows, like you.
Long and
Some
thin,
have
though.
other weapons that are loud.
Well, I'm not a poacher. Just to dispel that right off the bat. I'm a hunter, but only to feed people that need feeding.
I have dispelled that.
All right. And Fenn's gonna take a moment and just like observe what they're wearing and like make his armor look a little bit more like theirs.
Mm.
Because he's got the magical armor, so he's
Oh.
gonna try to fit in a little bit, so it's not like hide in fur. To be a little bit more in keeping with the local custom.
He's been
Nice.
localized.
You are looking at such a wide spread of different outfits.
Yeah, sorry, man.
That it is a weird hodgepodge thing you have, but you're like, this must be right.
This
Yeah.
gotta be the vibe. It's
Well, yeah, I think it's like
the midpoint of all four of these people.
silks and linens, and then probably some feathers.
Leather.
Yeah.
Some gold bangles.
Chain.
Fenn does have a bit of an eye for fashion, though, so I think it
Mhm.
looks presentable, but
Okay.
it probably still looks out of place for where he is. Like he's
Mhm.
doing his best approximation.
Yeah.
I think
So at
Saber
first
looks it
glance-
over, but
Mm.
This
Sure.
isn't appropriation, right? This is
Tis fine.
all right. I just
so long as it keeps you alive.
well, a rest would keep me alive, but I think we've got a ways to go before then. So
So
No
it
rest
is
just
for
yet.
us.
he'll hand out. He's out of like fancy or not Fenn food, but Keld food. So he'll just
Yeah.
hand out some jerky. Like,
Mhm.
all right, this is what comes next. So again, not as good, like I said, but you helped me find my friend Keld, and I'm sure there's plenty more of the other stuff for everyone.
I do not mind
Suppose
this.
describe your friends and we'll keep an eye out.
As you walk, Fenn, you are able to describe each of your friends and what they look like.
Yeah.
If you'd like to know what they look like, there's art on Instagram
Yeah.
at Backs of Gods at the Dice Cult. Anyways, but you are all able to talk as you walk, but then you're like, but not too much. So you are able to get your friends' descriptions out and discuss like direction and where you're going. Saber, give me survival with advantage because you have a whole crew behind you.
A whole crew.
And we're helping.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right, 26.
Hell
Okay.
yeah. All right, Saber.
Nice.
Saber, you've made this walk before, exactly once, and it's never the same again. You know that the Tangle is constantly moving and is a literal maze. It is a labyrinth of green. And you're like, hey, the fact that we're not dead is astounding, and I will accept that as a win every day. But you, based on like instinct and perhaps just the way the sun looks or the type of plants you're seeing, you are able to push forwards, hopefully in the right direction. Um, all of you move forward.
I,
Yes, Saber.
I imagine she's taking note of like flowers that are sort of facing a certain direction and sort of
Mhm.
following their path.
Okay. You follow flowers, you take note of foliage and push forward. Uh, you can see that like the sun is starting to wane a bit and that you're starting to get sort of more intense shadows across the Tangle and sort the beginnings of oranges as Saber, you step forward and pull away some shrubbery as you stand before a beautiful clearing that is lined with trees and bathed in setting sunlight. There are golden rays sparkling across a large rippling lake. It is sorry. Sorry, I'm looking at a note I wrote and I have no idea what that means. Um what do you mean? I know. Okay. So Jillian meant to write green grass swaying in a gentle breeze. I wrote green green, and so it was just me looking at green green for a minute. So there, there's green grass swaying gently in the breeze, and there are a variety of dinosaurs that fill the space, taking advantage of the watering hole. There are small ones that skitter around in groups, ones that are lined in spikes, others with varying numbers of horns. There's a large flying one that goes across the sky, smooth and gray, wings of bare flesh like a bat's. Uh, and then you can see walking through the center of the watering hole a family of dinosaurs. The largest at least 30 feet tall and 80 feet long. They are a tannish gray with green tone moss like markings on their backs. Their necks extend as long as their tails. They move from the water, taking care not to crush any of the smaller creatures that skitter around them, and they move over to the nearby trees to eat from the tall branches. This is a peaceful place of respite. This is the watering hole. This is the dampened valley.
Well, friends, now we can rest.
Yes, I think so.
Do any of you have a worry stone or a bubble? Never mind.
Blank stare.
I'll pick up a rock and hand it to him.
You
Fenn will put it in
require
his bag.
something.
Yeah. You're like, you won't believe what I saw, and you pull out a normal ass rock. You're like, look what I got. Look at this shit.
Okay, Finn.
So you all are welcome to do whatever you like here. You're welcome to set up camp. Up to you guys, but night is approaching.
I think that's a good idea. We should set up some sort of camp.
Sooner rather than later, yes.
With the creatures about, do you sleep up high or on the ground? How do you do this out here?
Up high is safer.
That
Go
is sense.
check for snakes.
My preference.
Saber, you would know, or at least have assumed from your last stay in the Dampen Valley, that everybody here is, maybe you are not able to communicate with dinosaurs, but it is like there is a peace treaty in this space. This is a safe space to be in.
There seems to be some sort of unsaid agreement. I don't think we'll have any issues.
One can almost feel it.
can't do anything but trust you, I suppose. I've only got a tent that could maybe fit 2 of us. Not really prepared for a whole party. We've kind of been, well, we've kind of had an easy go of it lately. Roshan, the one I told you, the goth twink.
Right.
He-
Yes.
Yeah, he's got a magic stone he can make a whole palace out of.
Impressive magics.
Well, I usually make do with a bedroll, but
Indeed.
Mhm.
Well,
A bedroll.
I've got a magic tent.
Sufficient.
It keeps the rain out.
back to the basics. That's fine. I've spent many a night out in the wild myself, so I can forego the comforts of Worry's End. That's the name of the big palace. It's nice. That maybe someday I'll show you.
Well, thank you for sharing those Keld snacks. Tell me if you get some more of those, because they were tasty. I've got tablets that can make oatmeal, and these ones say bolognese.
I
Do
don't
you
know
want
what
to
that
share?
is.
I don't know either.
I have been sniffing it apprehensively.
I'll get
Maybe
a
I'll
small
fend
bowl
for
of
myself.
water and then just put a tablet in, and it fizzes into a small meal of bolognese.
Oh!
All of you are able to set up a campfire and a little setup situation, and you're able to eat what you have on your person or what you have acquired. But all of you are around the campfire.
Mm.
So then he broke the mirror, and this sorceress from ages ago comes out, and she can't speak our language until she carves a rune into her tongue, and then she can speak it for a matter of time, and she's about as strong a magic person as I've ever found, and she's kind of undid time for a bit. I'm getting way ahead of myself.
Kind of sounds hot.
I will not disagree.
She's not my type, but I can certainly see the appeal.
And
You
what's
have-
your type?
Well, there's someone. Maybe when the light shines.
It's
in the
rather
morning.
vague.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said she was my type either until it just circumstance, I suppose. You find somebody, and maybe do you know anything about the plants around here? It'd be nice to bring back some flowers for her. I wouldn't want them to be toxic if we did, though.
Mhm.
So
Or
maybe
liable
when
to
light,
eat your beloved, either.
well, that would also be an unfortunate type of plant. But maybe
Well, I
when
can
light
show
shines
you
in the
what's
morning,
not toxic.
I certainly appreciate it. So, what about your stories? You all look like you've seen many things. Not sure I know too many people that have trekked through the forest that we just did and come out the other end. So I'm sure you gained those skills from somewhere.
Oh, yes. I'm honestly surprised with some of you.
Some of us
I was
can
worried we
keep up
wouldn't
with
make it this
beavers.
long.
Well, to be fair, if I hadn't shown up, you probably wouldn't have. But that was a joke.
Aren't we?
You do have jokes here, don't you?
Sometimes.
Oh, yes.
Often. It is not often that we have opportunities to while away socializing in the midst of Tangelus's realm.
Sometimes that's all you can do, is socialize with those that you're with.
Hmm.
Petrie, what's your story?
I'm usually in the city, doing things I think Tangelus wants me to do. I think.
And here you are.
Have you ever met
I-
Tangelus?
No one in recent
No.
memory, I believe, has seen him, though he is said to roam these woods in the
He's a-
form of a great lizard, much larger than most.
Larger than the ones we saw earlier.
Some stories say, yes.
If he wants to.
Is he a dragon?
Oh, he is
No.
more. He is a god.
Maybe?
Hmm?
At his level, I suppose it matters not. He created this place, filled it with life.
And he's benevolent?
Indifferent.
He's around.
Been my experience as well.
That's a good way to put it. He's around.
He tends to the life here, his children here.
So you're bringing back the egg.
And
He doesn't care. Is that right?
No, he wants me to help with the egg. I
Oh,
think.
okay.
I might have come up with that on my own. I'm actually not 100% sure. Hey, do you
the
any
egg
of you?
needs our help.
He's gonna point at Fenn. Are you or any of your missing friends motherless wanderers?
I lost my mother some months back.
You're supposed to be here.
Is
I-
that part of the prophecy?
It was.
You're joking.
Not at all.
I'm fairly certain I'm not supposed to be here. That's why I'm so concerned about being here.
Tangelus
no.
said you'd be here.
And I'm here just helping people make their way home. I thought it was just the egg, but now you don't know where the hell to go either.
There you are. Who knows? Perhaps Tangelus will see you persevere through the adversity of his realm. May see fit to turn an eye your way. Perhaps it will be with favor.
I am confident that we'll be able to return the egg. From what I've seen this far, we are capable. I
Indeed.
do hope to get back to the temple. I'd like to get back to my people. Our archdruid is missing, and I think these poachers are responsible, so I would like to deal with them. They're
Where
not welcome here.
You said the poachers are from elsewhere. Where are they from?
One of the other planes.
How can I say?
It is difficult to tell. Many come, many go. The market of Marrakit has many travelers from many places.
And they
I
just
couldn't begin
cross.
to imagine.
They just cross between planes. They have a way of doing that easily.
Quite apparently for them, it is hard to say how common for the common people.
The only
But goods do make their way to here that no one has ever heard of before.
time I've ever done it before, it took towering intellect and immense magic and a tool that I could only describe as an artifact. It was complicated. That someone could do it just on a whim as a sort of business venture is astounding.
You would have to ask some of the vendors at Marrakech Market then.
I wish I could have gathered more information. I got so distracted by the egg.
Yes.
Sorry,
But
I
with-
kind of just grabbed it and then I didn't really know what to do. And you looked
Nick.
helpful. Yeah?
The people you took this egg from, what did they look like?
I
You
think
described their clothes, their weapons. Can you give us anything else?
he starts giving heights. They were all taller than me.
Hmm.
Important.
I am
um,
also taller than you. Would you say they were as tall as me?
Yes, probably. And some of them were boys and some of them were girls.
I think Saber is trying to gather if they sound like poachers.
I mean, you can just assume, Saber, that based on the fact that this egg in particular that comes from this temple was found in town, you'd put money on that it was poachers that took it there.
Hmm.
And they are humanoids that are at around the height of Spitz.
Right. Noted.
Yeah, there might be other places that these dinosaurs nest, but you know that like this egg in particular, they
Mhm.
come here to nest, and you know that poachers have set up near your temple. So it is not shocking if this is poacher centric.
Mhm.
Nick will unwrap. It's basically a blanket that's bungee corded around a handmade wooden enclosure, just 4 bars that kind of come up and protect the egg. He unwraps it and sets it down next to him at the fire, and then will get an instrument out of his bag. And it's one that kind of locks into position, and then it's a small harp, but it can collapse for ease of travel. And he says, "Well, I'm pretty good at this, and I didn't bring it out earlier because you told me that we should be quiet. But this place seems pretty safe. So, do you mind if I serenade our small prize?"
I see no issues.
I think that'd be nice. Roshan, the one that I was talking about, he had a lyre, not dissimilar from your little instrument there. He used to play. It's been a while since he played.
But could he play anything like this? And then Nick bursts out a rousing rendition of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Amazing. Fantastic. It's just what you want to play for a baby.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Do you know what kind of baby this is?
No.
It's a
It just looked
trampolilly.
like a Pippa Lily.
A trampolilly.
I gotta tell you the truth. I don't know what those words mean. But what do they look like?
Great question.
DM?
They're beautiful and rare.
That is true.
Yes,
let me-
beautiful and also rare. We know these facts.
Okay. Trample lilies. They look like I. It's hard when they're kind of on 2 legs, but kind of on 4 legs. Um, but they are an herbivore. They are a pretty docile dinosaur. They have a kind of, their underbelly is a sort of greenish tone. Their upper body is more of a deep, sort of cool, kind of cool, like brown, like a deep brown. And then they are covered in these like vibrant blue stripes. They have sort of a humped back, a bit of a beak-like face, and a long protrusion that extends out the back of the top of their head.
They sound lovely.
They are really. And you don't see them very often. The only place I've ever seen them were around the temple. That's where they go to nest. So I'm positive that's where this one was taken from.
Have you
Which
been to
makes-
this temple before?
I have. Never alone. That's the
Well,
one
you're
thing
not
I'm
alone
worried
this
about.
time. Oh, we got your back. What did you
Yeah.
go the last time for?
The last time, I think, was to honestly just to check in on everything. We are the ones who look after it, so making sure nothing's left there, making sure no predators get in. We tend to protect the trample lily eggs. However, I've never gone in by myself. It's always the archdruid who lets us in, if you will. And that's what I'm worried about now. I don't know where he is.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you didn't think we'd be welcome. But how long has he been missing?
Long enough to have me worried, but not long enough for me to be hopeless.
How long before you came across the rest of us?
It probably took you like 4 days to travel from there to the market. And now it has taken you, you're on day 8 of trying to return.
So, yeah, around 8 days.
So I understand the ground moves, and the rivers move, and the trees move. You ever navigate by the stars? Do they keep any sort of constant position?
It
Can we
be
like
rather
look
hard
up
to
and
see
is
them.
like the canopy is not all encompassing here, is that right?
Yeah, you're kind of in a place where the tree line is on the like the edges, and you are able to look up and you can see the stars. But when you are traveling, not really
Yeah.
viable.
The canopy grows too thick and too close.
Is there any way to see from here, at least maybe what direction we should be headed?
I can't say I've ever used that as a navigational tool.
If we could get high enough, it is perhaps possible.
And Saber, you are feeling pretty confident. You've hit your like major landmark. You're like,
Right.
we're going the right way.
Yeah.
This in your mind does not move. This is like a very standstill landmark because there's not a lot of trees to move around in it. So you're like, I'm feeling good.
Okay.
That could change and we could be here for another month. But
We're on
It's
the
one or the other,
path.
babes.
I think we're on track. We're not far.
That's reassuring. What time do you break camp in the morning? I don't require much rest. I could stay up and keep an eye, or I could wake up early and prepare food.
Sunrise?
Is it not? Is it significantly less safe to travel in the dark?
Yes. significantly.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
It's also hard to see.
Much harder than during the day. You thought it was dark before. You should try venturing 5 feet in now. Or
Oh, I
less.
didn't think it was dark before. I don't think it's particularly dark now. Do any of you see in the dark?
I've got rather good vision at night.
All right. At least that's 2 of us. And you're sure this is a safe place to be?
Yes.
Indeed.
You can rest easy.
This is one of few places that I would say holds some sway over the children of Tangelus. They do not often reason as we do, but here they understand there is a truce. All need water.
Everyone must drink.
I tried to not do it for a week. That was a bad week.
Yeah, seems like a very bad idea.
Foolish.
Why would you do that, Nick?
Because water's so boring. Do you have lemonade here? Lemonade tastes so much better than water.
I have not seen a lemon in some time.
Fenn is a little disappointed that he doesn't have the alchemy jug with him.
Alas, such a
You
shame.
could have had it.
We could
Coulda
have
had
so much
wine.
mayonnaise.
Maybe we could make you some tea, but
Is there anything else anybody wanted to talk about or bring up, or does the night progress?
I guess I'll check with everyone. Fenn is new, so he wouldn't have experienced this before. The other 3 of you would have heard this every day we've traveled. Do you want to tell my mother and father anything? I'm gonna call them and I'm gonna send them a message and let them know about the day.
I have to assume that this has been a daily ritual every day
Yeah.
of these 8 days.
Do
No.
you guys have anything you want to update them on, or? I'll tell them you fell from the sky, Fenn.
How many times can you do that? You can just send a message.
Depends on what I've done in the day.
I don't know your parents, so no.
I mean,
I'll tell them you said hi.
don't spend any of that effort on me, but if you have another one of those, my friend Rachel could do that. If you could try, after you speak to your parents, of course, to reach out to him.
I don't know if I can talk to people I don't know, but
I don't know if you can either.
if
Roshan's...
Tangelus will let me, we'll see. He's pretty chill.
Tangelus is indeed quite chill.
You can tell your parents that I will definitely take them up on that offer of bean stew.
Bean stew. All right, Nick wants bean stew.
You
Saber.
can tell them I was partial to the idea of the roast.
Okay, I'll adjust. Saber says hi. Nick and Spitz want to come over for dinner. Fenn fell from the sky.
Yeah.
I don't know how many words that is. I'll use my sending
Okay.
to my mother.
Amazing.
Every night, Saber does not say hi. Saber says hi.
So
I feel like every night Saber has said basically the same thing too. I don't know your parents, so No, I have nothing to say. Saber says hi.
So he'll say, "Hi, Mom." Saber says hi. Nick and Spitz want to come over for dinner. Fenn fell from the sky. How was book club? I love you.
I love this boy.
Hi, honey. We're good. We will definitely have dinner with your new friends. I hope Fenn is okay. He is also invited. Oh, Saber is such a sweetie. Always worrying about us. Always saying, I like kind of trails off, and like there's like, I love you, kind of a trickled in at the end.
It's so cute.
All right, Fenn, you're also invited to dinner.
Oh, that's lovely. I can't wait to meet your parents.
Mm,
They are very sweet.
they love you all.
They sounded. I think I love them too.
I'll let them know tomorrow.
We all live there now.
We've all been adopted.
Okay, and based on this sending situation, I would need somehow for you to provide either the most glorious description of Roshan that's ever existed, or like a visual of some sort. A visual would be best.
So you said he kind of looks like me, but
Yeah,
taller.
he's a goth twink, as I said.
Mhm.
Name is Roshan Franson. He's he lives in a place called Galunda, but he's from the coast. It's a coast of endless night. It's never daytime there.
Curious.
He's got tattoos on him, and they're runes, but they move around a lot, so it's kind of hard to describe them. Last I saw him, they were kind of faded. He used to wear his hair like this, and then he shaved it all off, and then it came back, sort of. He's got armor that he never wears, even though I tell him to all the time. He's always kind of just dressed fancy and without regard for his own safety or how it would feel for any of us if he died. Plays a lyre, has a sword he doesn't use, very talented with magic. He used to have a book, but he doesn't have that one anymore. Now he's got a little red book. The sort that like a school child might carry about.
Nick will poke Fenn in the chest and say, "This is magical, right? Could you make it look like him?"
Yeah, Fenn recoils a little bit about being touched by a stranger, but he will change his attire to look like. You know what? I've got a disguised self. I'm just gonna look like Roshan.
There we go. There you go, buddy.
Eventually gets to a disguise.
Eventually, he just like keeps seeing a blank stare coming back at him. He's like, you know what? Hang on, just a second.
Describing his personality and all of his attributes and flaws instead of what he actually looks
I didn't
like.
gather any of this from your description.
Neither did I.
He's
But
very
he's
pretty.
He is a goth twink.
Yeah, he's pretty. This is what he looks like. If you can reach him, and I don't know if you can, just ask him if he's all right. Tell him that I'm here. Ask him if the others are fine, and tell him I'm trying to get home.
Okay, so this is what we are going to do, Petrichor. So first off, you're on a different plane than this person. So if you rolled a 1, it would not go through.
Right.
You have never met this person. I am bumping this up to a 7. I'm going to need you to roll a d20, and I need an 8 or higher.
All right. That's 17.
That's much higher, yes. And what do you say?
Hey, Roshan.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you might be missing like your friend Fenn is. He's here in the Tangle. He's chill. Going home soon. Hmm.
Others
Talk
okay?
later.
Talk later. Roshan, you receive a sending.
Holy sh!
What do you say back?
Who? Fuck.
Keld's watching you like, what? Who is it?
Tell Fenn we're okay. Me and Keld, at least. Tell him he needs to come home or else.
Mm.
Ominous.
Well, I don't think we're getting any more Keld snacks because he's with your friend.
All right, Keld's with my friend. All right, he responded. What about the others?
He only said that those two were okay. I didn't ask about the other three.
It sounds as if he only mentioned himself and your friend killed, perhaps
Oh,
the
and
others were also
kind of
flung like you.
he kind of threatened you, like if you don't go home, something is gonna happen.
Ooh.
So
Mm.
not real chill.
Actually, in fairness, some of my tutors would also threaten violence if we did not do as we were asked. It was done for, I believe, caring reasons.
Well, he's not my tutor. He's my peer and my friend.
He sounds like an asshole.
Um, he has his moments. But I care about him deeply, and I'm concerned. He only mentioned himself and Keld.
Yup.
Oh, bother. And Fenn is just kind of gonna like push himself up from the campfire, and like he's gonna spiral like mentally and literally. He's just gonna start like taking like spiraling circles around as he like worriedly marches around camp.
I think Spitz will let him do that for like a few cycles. He's like, give him a moment. Let him get it out of his system.
Mm.
He is far from home, after all.
Should I like try to call his friend again and ask about these other two?
If you have these spells, it perhaps
Do you have the
may
means?
put him at ease.
Technically, it's been an easy day.
We are about to rest as well, but do not strain yourself.
Tangelus provides for a reason, I think.
This time you only have to roll a 1. Now that you have actually contacted Roshan, you
Hooray!
must at least roll a 2 on the dice to contact Roshan.
Oh, lucky day, it's a 14.
Woohoo!
All right, what do you say?
Hey, so he seems really worried about the other two? Got any info on them? You're invited to dinner with my parents if you're available.
Kisses.
Roshan?
I think there is a sob and then a laugh. And I'll count those as 2 words. And
All right.
Roshan says, they're gone. I don't know where, but I hope they're safe. Please, can you get Fenn back to us?
We'll find them.
I'd be forever grateful.
He's gonna look at the group as Fenn's circling us. Okay, his other 2 friends are definitely missing.
But if they are
Oh.
missing
Unfortunate.
as he is missing from them, then
Yes.
perhaps they are also alive as he is.
They
could
could have
be
fell
here.
from a sky.
Oh shit, we should keep an eye out for them.
Right. Do you think he could like change himself into what they look like, and so we know what we're actually looking for?
That would be useful.
Probably. He did it once.
Fenn,
Yes.
we hate to pull you from your existential crisis, but on the off chance that any of your other friends also fell from the sky as you did, can you also show us what they look like so that we can be aware?
Do you think they fell from the sky?
Well, you did,
It
so.
is possible, as you did. And if perhaps your friends Roshan and Keld are where you were, then the other 2 perhaps also fell where you fell, or in the same way.
All right, I can only do this once more today. And he'll disguise himself to look like Nana. This is Nana Hemming's daughter. From Glenda. She's my best friend, and I need to find her.
Is her house really that fat, or are you over exaggerating?
Oh
It
no,
is profound.
these are her proportions.
Did you say profound?
Yes.
Profound in the lizard voice is perfect.
You're welcome. Quite robust.
All right, you know what? You've been very kind to me.
Uh-huh.
I'll reiterate, this is my best friend,
Right.
and I'm not sure if she's safe. So just please.
Of course.
Okay,
Of
I'll try to
course.
reach her. You don't gotta be so harsh about it.
I'm not trying to
real
be harsh.
it's-
That just
Right.
I know. I just said that
Let me
sometimes
try
joking
to
is
call her.
all you've got in the wild. But again, I just worry about my friend.
Okay, I need at least an
Sense.
8 on the dice.
All right.
You
I
got
refuse
this.
to look at it.
You got
After.
this. You got
That's
this.
another 14. This time.
Hell
like
yeah, bud.
14s. Good job,
Hell
Red
yeah,
Die.
bud. Hell
Like-
yeah.
What do you say to Nana?
And put that dice away before Thursday, please.
Yeah. Save
I'll
it for
think
next.
about it. Hey, this is Petrie. I'm with your friend Fenn. Are you good? He fell from the sky. Oh, your friends Roshan and Keld are good. I think. Maybe.
Okay. You're out of words somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there.
Around the rambling. You are met with screaming, disorientated screaming.
No.
Just very confused screaming.
Hmm. Okay, she did not give me words, but she did respond with loud noise, so I think she's good. Tangelus is great.
That he is.
Praise be to Tangelus. Oh, God, I've got to get home.
You do. And we will get you
We'll
home,
find it. We'll get
Fenn.
you there.
Fear not. Tangelus does provide. He is not prone to showing favor often, but when he does, it is well earned. My clan knows this well.
Let's do him the grace of returning this trample lily egg, and hopefully he bestows his grace upon my friends.
Hmm.
If they are to be found within his realm, then I am certain, for such a boon as this, it would be easy for him to show you the way. If nothing else, perhaps back home.
It is starting to get late in the evening, and you have to start watch soon, unless you're all vibing, because this is a place of respite. But let me know what you are doing in that regard.
Nick will just go to bed,
Yeah.
take the egg into his small one-person halfling tent, and tuck himself in, and will wake up if somebody wants him to.
I think Saber would encourage taking watches.
Mm-hmm. For practicality's sake. Pragmatism.
I think Fenn will arrange his tent into, like, he'll sling it up like a hammock in case somebody wants to sleep off of the ground. He, of course, doesn't sleep, but he'll kind of sit meditatively and keep a watch for a few hours before he takes his actual meditation. But he's probably mostly distracted in his own thoughts rather than taking watch. Everybody said this was a place of rest, so he'll kind of trust to that. And I don't know that he has any option other than that. He's in bad shape, but he'll take the first watch in a distracted way.
All right.
Okay.
I
Is
think
everybody else
that,
laying down?
I actually think that Spitz seeing Fenn sitting up taking kind of a half-eye watch, first watch, will probably join him for that first watch, kind of like keeping a bit more of an active pace about. Just kind of sharing the space
Okay.
in solidarity.
Disadvantage perception for both of you.
24.
Mm,
It's the lowest I can roll on perception.
My worst one of the two is a total of 14.
Okay. The two of you set up. Fenn kind of stays in his own thoughts for the watch. There is the sound of nature around you, the creatures moving about, a lot of them getting comfortable and like going to sleep here. And then the nocturnal creatures come out and start scampering around and having a good time. So it is a constant bit of sound as you are in this place. The first watch goes off without a hitch. Nothing seems bothersome. Do you wake anybody else up, Spitz? Or do you let Fenn take his technically second watch?
I think Spitz will turn to Fenn and inquire, do you require a shift off?
No, I usually take about 4 hours of actual deep rest, but I'm I'm good. I'm good.
All right. When you are finished your shift, I believe Saber will likely be best next woken.
All right. Do you ever talk to them? And he kind of gestures to the dinosaurs.
Not I, no, not as such. I do not share a tongue with them, though there can be an understanding occasionally.
If it's not an insult, I'd like to try tomorrow. I'm not sure I could do it tonight, but be interesting to hear what they have to say as to your lord.
Provided the children of Tangulus choose to share, it would be interesting to hear. Yes.
Thank you for your help. I'll wake Saber when it's time.
And thank you for your watchful eye. Keep it sharp.
I'll do what I need to do. I see very well in the dark, so
It was more formality. You seem well skilled.
So, Fenn, are you still distracted or are you going to be rolling a straight roll?
still in his thoughts. So
Okay, so
yeah.
the disadvantage, tell me if it's a 1.
It is not a 1. It's a 24.
Okay.
Both low, but not ones.
Yeah.
A 4 and a
Yeah.
6.
Okay. Fenn, you get as comfortable as you can physically and mentally, and I'm sure neither really. But you try to keep an eye out as best you can, even though you have sort of sunken into your thoughts.
Rufio's here too.
And Rufio's vibing, and there is a large badger. And then there is a loud crack, a sharp sound, something in the distance. Crack, crack, crack. 3 loud cracks. This is going to wake everybody up. Something in the distance has made this horrible sound. Saber, you recognize this as poacher weapons. They are nearby. And then it is quiet again, an echo left behind of this weapon, this sound, and then quiet.
I think
So we
she
are all awake.
jumps up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You see some of the dinosaurs are startled, but like you're making the assumption that it is whatever happened isn't in the valley, but very close by.
I know that sound. It's their strange weapons.
The poachers.
Yes,
Then they must be quite close.
sounds like it.
Can you tell how close?
You guys think maybe a mile out tops? That's your guess based on your knowledge of the weapon, Saber?
All right. Maybe within a mile. It's my guess.
The mile of a holy place that's supposed to be a sanctuary.
Poachers care nothing for sanctity or sanctuary. If this place is to be attacked by desecrators, I doubt Tangelus would like us to sit idle.
We can't let them in here.
Absolutely not.
Most of you can't see in the dark. We can't effectively go after them. Not now.
Some of you have torches, and if you don't, you do.
Bingo.
And
I
if you
think it
don't,
might
nuh-uh.
be.
We
And
can
if we don't, I
certainly-
have the light cantrip.
There you go.
There you
have
go.
in quote torches.
We can make ourselves
This might be a
more
good
obvious
time.
target.
Chances are they can't see well in the dark either.
Hopefully not.
If you think it's what we need to do. Would Fenn have had a short rest by now?
You would have had a short rest.
Okay, cool. I'm going to use some hit dice so I don't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a short rest has occurred, not a long rest.
No.
You guys are heading into the Tangle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming you bring up the light cantrip so you all don't eat shit along the way because it is a bumpy ride. And you push forward. Are you stealthing or are you booking it? What's your game plan?
Oops.
I would assume if we need to use light to move, better we move with alacrity and try and draw these guys' attention if we don't want them going back to the watering hole.
Saber will agree to that.
Okay. You guys are hoofing it. I need somebody to lead in an attempt to locate this area. It'll be survival with advantage.
If Fenn can do that, he's got the good dark vision. He doesn't know the area, but he knows survival and moving
He
through
can see
woods.
real good.
A 27.
Okay. Fenn, you were awake, so you also had a good opportunity to hear the directionality of this sound. And you move forward. You move close to a mile, and you start to hear another sound, like "ah, ah," a sound in the distance. As you move closer, the air is heavy with the scent of blood and an acrid, biting smell. And on the ground lies a corpse of one of the gentle, long-necked giants you had seen at the watering hole. Strips of skin cut from its body, a missing foot, its teeth. Next to the body is a much smaller, long-necked creature. Ah, ah. The baby nudges the parent's body, trying to help it stand back up, but to no avail. There is no sign of any poachers.
Can we track them?
They can't be too far.
Fenn's gonna pet the baby dinosaur.
You go over and pet the baby dinosaur, who does not seem offended by that action. Seems like distraught and like acknowledges you and like keeps trying to like get their parents' attention.
Yeah, he's gonna like kind of cradle its head and kind of like caress it, just kind of like take its eyes off of its dead parent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spitz would like to see if we can find a trail. These guys have boots. They leave
Sure.
tracks.
Stinky, stinky boots.
Is there anything else anybody is doing in this space? You don't see. Actually, I'll keep that to myself. If there's anything else you're doing,
I think Saber will say a little prayer over the dinosaur's body.
I'll join her.
Spitz is focused on vengeance for this child. So he's doing his part for Tangelus, finding the wrongdoers.
Nick, what are you doing?
I think Nick is standing around politely waiting for what's next. He's not part of the prayer. He's basically blind.
Mm,
So he's probably yawning and keeping an eye out.
okay. And Fenn, are you sticking to baby dinosaur, or is there anything else you'd like to do?
If it looks like somebody's trying to pick up a trail, he'll assist in that. But until he's summoned to do otherwise, he's not going to offend one way or the other. He doesn't know the culture here, so he doesn't know if the proper thing to do is get this thing back to the oasis or track down these hunters further. So he's letting the locals guide him.
Okay. So how about Spitz? You give me survival, and Fenn, you give me investigation.
19.
21.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to pick up on footprints, Spitz. Easy enough. The ground is very soft. It is uh, creatures bipedal, wearing heavy boots, and a lot of them. There is a good number of them. You're picking up on, just on feet alone, at least 10 is your guesstimation of how many is moving in this group. Fenn, while you are looking around and attempting to assist, you end up, because you are so close, you start so close to the baby dinosaur, you are right next to the body of the other one. And you see that, like, there's no arrows protruding from the body. There is no, like, magical damage that you can see. And you're sort of looking it over. There is no slashes. There's no like large stab wounds. And you're like kind of drawn focus to that. And then you see the blood on the ground and you follow that, looking around the body, and see that there is a small, like, hole in the chest of the creature, and one in the neck, and then one in the side. 3 small holes. You glance over, looking at these footprints on the ground, and you see a mark in one of the trees. You go over to it, and it is some sort of damage or blemish. As you run your thumb over it, you can feel something is lodged inside. You're able to take your kukri and pop it out, and it is a piece of metal, circular in shape, sort of bent, kind of flattened at the end, has this acrid smell to it, the same that was in the air, almost has a burning scent to it. And there is a dilemma here, Fenn. Should the people here, and you will follow them as you have stated, should they follow vengeance and trek off into the Tangle now, or should they return this baby to a safe place? And that's where we're going to stop for tonight. Thanks for being here. Uh, it was so fun in Dinosaur Town, and then it wasn't fun anymore. But hey, don't you worry, boys, because we'll be back.
It'll be
if you
fun
wanna
again. Don't worry.
I'm sure. If you want to keep up with us, we are at Backs of Gods on Instagram. If you want to keep up with all of us, we are at the Dice God Instagram, Blue Sky, Facebook. If want how get here, you can go over to youtube.com and watch all past episodes of On the Backs of Gods and other campaigns and one shot. Speaking of other campaigns, there is the Gossamer Vale run by Katie. It is a D&D Celtic mythology inspired campaign. Uh, Currently, we are infiltrating a bandit camp, and currently, everyone is maybe aware of that now. But that doesn't stop us from infiltrating, probably. So you'll have to see how we do. Sort of stuck in the middle of a town that is completely encased in a wall and has guards on all of the walls, and everybody knows that we did bad stuff. Is maybe looking for us. So you can join us Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch. We go live bi weekly. Luckily, this is one of those weeks, so you can join us. If you want dice that roll bad for Fenn today, but it doesn't matter because he is immaculate at skill, you can get these beautiful dice made by Katie in the chat or the box below if you're looking for dice that are pretty and love to tell a story. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate it, and we love telling you a story. And we'll be here same time, same place, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.
Thanks, everyone.